gotten to do this for like 2 weeks. But I want to say a big thank you to Malcolm JT again and Nash Stone. Both gave me super thanks. It means a lot, extremely appreciated. I've been meaning to say thanks to both of you since Florida, and every time I start a video, I get halfway through it, I'm like, oh shit. And I like to do them in the beginning. So I want to say thank you to both of you guys. It means a lot. It's much appreciated. And on to the garage sale pickups. I went to 5 today. I walked too fucking far. I was so tired. I walked for like 2.5 hours. Didn't get much. I went to 5. I wanted to go to one that wasn't there. They never set up. I mean, it rained. It like drizzled on and off for about 10 minutes, but nothing crazy. But I didn't get much. I spent $6 on, if you'll see from the thumbnail, these are our sports cards. We've got some 90 Skybox, 91 Fleer, and 91 NBA hoops. There's also, I looked through it briefly. There's also some Fleer 90 in here as well. And this one in the stain box, because I used to have these things for my sports cards. They stain up fast. This is Fleer 91 football. They had some other ones there too, but I kind of want the basketball. I looked through a hockey one too. I opened that up, but it was just from cards I just did not want. From sets, I don't like the look of them and shit. So, and there's some baseball ones I didn't look through because I wasn't interested. But yeah, it was $6 for the two of them. I figured I'd grab them just to show some cards, and I don't know. This one's the 91 football here. It might be the whole set there, not in order. I'll just grab through a few here and there and kind of go through them. I don't know if I don't think I ever had Fleer 91 football, because they don't look familiar. I'll try to grab some names that I remember. Jeff George. Let me put the autofocus on here. I do remember Lewis Lips. That just looks bad because of the coloring on the letters. It's a Kenny Walker rookie, former Bronco. Rodney Pete. Checklist. Jay Schrader. Oh, here we go. Junior Seau. These are very basic cards. What did he do? Oh, wow. This is his second year. He only has, he was drafted in 90, so this is only his second year. I want to try to find some, studs. This is not a full set because there's some fucking doubles here. I'm already getting a bunch. There goes a cop, so somebody's getting in trouble. I remember Michael Haynes. It was Michael Haynes and Andre Rison. Sudi did the year before. 31 catches, 445 yards, no touchdowns. Oh shit, great Ironhead Haywood. full set, which I'm not surprised I wouldn't trust. Oh, I'm sorry, it doesn't say full set, it says not in order. That's all. Let's see if we find any Jerry Rices or anything of that nature. That might be, no, it's Derek Thomas's third year. That second year for Derek Thomas was nuts, 20 sacks. Oh, there we go. Vinny Testaverde. Look at the old Bucks logo right there. Fucking classic. John Elway. I mean, you look at the stats of quarterbacks back then, it was such a different league. 3,500 yards, 15 touchdowns, 14 picks. They probably also ran for like 5 or 6 TDs, but doesn't have his rushing stats. Hitters. Reggie White, the Minister of Defense. He's one of the best of all time on defense. Now, Warren Moon put up some pretty good stats. Yeah, look at his, he was one of those QBs like him in Marino. There's a few QBs that kind of went nuts back then. His 90 stats was 4,689 yards, 33 TDs, 13 picks. That's actually a really good year. Yeah, that's actually a good picture. You don't get a lot of good photos with these, honestly. And they're very bland cards back then. Like, the cards were very bland back then. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'll go through one or two more, and then I'll go to the basketball ones. League leaders, Randall Cunningham. It's got like a fucking story on the back. Haywood Jeffries. Another Elway, and that's like going through. Jim Harbaugh, Leslie O'Neal. Richard Dent, he was good. There's just a shit ton of doubles. I've seen this Haywood Jeffries league leaders like 4 times now. That's when it was him. Lorenzo White was running back. Warren Moon, Haywood Jeffries, Webster Slaughter, Curtis Duncan. They might have had Drew Hill at one point too, but he might have replaced one of the other guys. With their run and shoot offense that they had, the Falcons, I think, ran a similar offense. It's a pretty cool sound. Oh wow, that's a really good tap. Literally, it's Willie Gault. Phil Simms. There's Leslie O'Neal for the 50th time. A nice year there, 13.5 sacks, 2 fumble recoveries. I'm really surprised Elway was even in here. Andre Rison. Oh, here we go. This is probably his second year. No, third. Troy Aikman. Not a good start to his career. He kind of sucked. They were not good, though. Yeah, they went from 1-15, though, in his rookie year to playoff contention, and then they won the Super Bowl like fucking 2 years later. See, back then, though, that Aikman would mean nothing. Now, a few years later, all of a sudden, you're like, holy shit. Because then they drafted Emmett, I think, the year after him, or maybe the year before, I don't know. They got Michael Irvin. I know he drafted Irvin, right? That was Chris Carter that was on the Eagles originally. Jay Novacek, fucking Al Johnston. Alvin Harper, I think they got from the Bucks. And they had a great defense as well. Alright, so this is the one I really wanted because I wanted to just see some of these cards. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of the 90 Skybox, which kind of sucks. Because these things had a cool look. It was basic pictures, photos, but I always loved the backgrounds on these old Skybox. They usually had, I think, like the Series 1 and Series 2. I remember getting a box of each years ago, back in the day. There's no one really of note here. Buck Williams. Former Trailblazer forward. AC Green. Come on. I just love those backgrounds. They just look cool. And the little action on the ball as well. Here we go. Steve Kerr, baby. He's got like, what, 3 or 4 titles now as a coach and like fucking 5 or 6 as a player. And here's a small amount of Fleer 90. I had some of these as well when I grew up. Tom Chambers. Everybody knows Tom Chambers because he can dunk from 3-point line in Lakers or Celtics. He's actually a really good player. He's on Seattle for a while too. Orlando Blackman, also a very good player. Once again, very standard cards, although I like to look at the basketball cards more. PJ Armstrong. At this point in time, he would have been, it was only his second year in the league. Even when this guy was like 35, he looked like he was 12. Mookie Blaylock, I believe Pearl Jam's album was 10 was named after him. I think they might have had another name originally, but I had a ton of these cards though. Fleer 91. Great shot of Glenn Rice. Ronnie Cycli. These are actually in kind of order of teams. I'll try to find some good ones. There's no Jordans in here or anything, I guarantee it. Oh, there's Mookie Blaylock, and hey, look. Sam Bowie, the guy fucking Portland selected over Michael Jordan. Obviously it worked out. Listen, admittedly, if you look at his stats, he was not bad. Although he missed a lot of time, actually. First season, he averaged 10 points. Second year, he averaged 11. He gets hurt. Then he only plays 5 games and 20 in Portland. Then he goes to New Jersey, 68, 62, and still was pretty decent, but he obviously wasn't Jordan. Another guy who ended up on Portland, Chris Dudley. There's Chris Morris as well. Another guy who was on Portland originally, Drazen Petrovic. He died. He died when I was in like 7th grade or 8th grade. He's a good player. Kenny Smith. People who are younger now will know him from the NBA on TNT show. Solid player though as well. Robinson, rest in peace. I think he died maybe a year or two ago. I always liked Cliff Robinson. Portland still is my favorite team, but I was really into Portland back in the day. The Knicks here, we got Key Vanderway, Charles Oakley, Mark Jackson, Charles Wilkins. Kevin Willis, this guy was fucking ripped. It's a pretty good shot at him dunking. Kevin McHale. This is interesting. This is Eric Lechner. I don't know if you can see it there, but he's clearly bleeding from the head. That's fucked up. It's not focusing now, of course. And got a T Brown slam dunk contest. John Stockton league leaders. No, I wanted to find this card. I saw this one earlier. This is another great, I don't know what is happening here with Bill Laimbeer, but whoever took this shot and used this card's great. And we all know him from Bill Laimbeer's Combat Basketball and Super Nintendo. And he coached WNBA, I don't know what team, maybe it's the Detroit team. He has a couple of titles as the coach of that team. Or maybe he coached another team too, but he does have some WNBA titles as a coach. He's also a dick, part of that Pistons team that would punch and fucking just kick people and shit. Here's the rest of them. These are the NBA Hoops cards. These have a nice look too, and these are all in really good shape. Most improved player, Scott Skiles. Come on. Once again, very plain, but I don't know, I kind of like him. This actually has his college stats. These ones have their college stats also. He had 30 assists in a game once, too. Got the Bucks team. These are team cards. Bucks. Got the Heat here, the Magic, Philadelphia. Remember this team, the Supersonics. I hope they get a team back. Now that they have hockey, they have everything but basketball now. Classic old Spurs logo. There goes a horn. Oh, here we go. Loved Terry Porter when I was growing up. Oh, there goes that horn. Something's going on. Here we go, my favorite player. I was happy. I saw this one too before Clyde Drexler. A lot of Jerome Kersey is dead too now. Kevin Duckworth on that team is dead. But anyway, I think I'm going to turn that off there because that horn's going to keep going. But yeah, thanks for checking us out.